Alright, welcome to the whole Up introduction. I just want to go over this guy real quick because I am just really liking this character. He's a ton of fun to play. While he's not like the most utility packed character, I feel like he is just a very fun champion overall. This guy's also like really easy to play, so he's just very like user friendly. What you want to do is you want to hit the opponent, right, and you'll get Fury passes for doing so. It's a percent chance and it's not guaranteed, so that's a bit unfortunate. But like when you hit 15 Fury passives, you will manually enter Gamma Rage. You can enter it early by launching a heavy attack, but I just suggest waiting for the 15 Furies. But anyway, once you're in the mode, you will start doing a lot of damage because your Fury buffs will start to expire naturally, right? But you also inflict physical vulnerabilities instead of like getting Fury buffs. So you'll just start doing a lot of physical damage output, and then the SP2 will inflict a trauma debuff on the opponent. And this is pure Fury passive. So like right there we got like 15 because we launched it right when he hit Gamma Rage. And now it just starts to hit super hard, and that just wraps up the fight. So yeah, a pretty solid damage dealer. Like Mystic Champions he's just like so good for, man. But we're gonna do some non-Mystic fights as well, so don't worry about that. But yeah, this is America Chavez, just, you know, same rotation. Just want to go for your 15 Fury passives and you want to hit Gamma Rage, and then just want to drop the SP2, and then that should be it pretty much. So yeah, a pretty like simple character to play. His rotation is also very Battlegrounds friendly, so like he is just going to be pretty good in this mode. I feel like he's not going to be the best defender, of course, even though he does have access to some unstoppable if he's awakened, but like besides that, he really has nothing on defense. So yeah, it's kind of unfortunate, but he can work on defense. I just wouldn't really suggest it, you know. But yeah, I take that hit there. Intentional, of course, but like in all seriousness though, he has a large health pool, so even if you take some hits, you'll be fine. His health pool is like I think one of the highest in the game, so that's just perfect. And yeah, we hit Gamma Rage, we have the massive stun, and she just like gets finished in a very good amount of time. Now we have this Dr. Doom, and this requires you to do a different rotation. So whenever the opponent has like a high health pool or they're like very tanky like Dr. Doom, I like to go for the SP3 rotation. So what I do here is I just like start off with a regular combo, right? Then I do some heavy attacks because it just like helps lower the hit count so we get like less Fury buffs, right? So just doing that will give you a very like strong chance of like entering Gamma Rage right when you hit the SP3. And then you can just drop the SP3 there, get the massive physical vulnerability, and then just start doing a ton of damage output. So that's your rotation for like the very tanky fights or the very high health pool fights. It's pretty successful, I feel like. It's a very good rotation. Like, after the SP3, he just starts to hit for an insane amount of damage, man. It is so much fun. So yeah, we have the SP3 here. We just hit Gamma Rage, so we'll have like the maximum uptime on it, which is perfect. And yeah, now we're going to start doing a lot more damage output. Like the mediums are hitting for like 6,000 non-crit. It is just like a very fun time. So now at this point, you just want to go for the SP2, just to inflict some trauma debuffs, and then that'll just be it pretty much. So yeah, it's a pretty fun rotation because like you just do a ton more damage than like the usual one. So yeah, it's just a very fun time overall. And yeah, it's just pretty straightforward. Like Hulk is a very straightforward character, I feel like. He's not complicated at all, and also he's very like free to play friendly because he doesn't need the signature ability at all. The signature ability is just purely for defense, and it's not even that great on defense, to be honest. But yeah, we get that Dr. Doom down in about like 78 seconds, which is not bad at all for sure. Now we do the same rotation on this I-Bomb, just build TSB3, try to slow down the fight with some heavy attacks, and then that'll be it. It's just a very like simple time. But like also, if you get a low amount of Fury buffs for the first 10 hits, and you think like you'll just be fine and you just like won't hit Gamma Rage for a while, then you can just like not use any heavies at all. But also keep in mind, do not do any heavy attacks when you're above 5 Furies, because that'll activate Gamma Rage prematurely, and you do not want to do that. I feel like it is just not the best idea to do. But yeah, just keep hitting him like regular. We're almost at Gamma Rage here, so like we'll line up perfectly with SP3, so that's great. And now we have Gamma Rage, and now we just hit 3 bars of power. So you go for the SP3. He's almost like down already. He's like down halfway, so this could be like massive overkill, I feel like. But it's still worthy to do, right? But yeah, like now we're hitting insanely hard. We haven't got a crit yet, but there we go, a 14,000 crit. And now this is just starting to be like just way overkill, man. But yeah, just like slaughtered that I-Bomb once you got to the SP3. Now let's go over some act content fights, because like their rotation also differs depending on the health pool here. Like in this Sorcerer Supreme fight, she has a pretty low base health pool, so you just go for the SP2 rotation, like, you know, build to 15 Furies, drop the SP2 afterwards, and then that'll just be it pretty much. So yeah, it's just a pretty fun time. I kind of like struggle to find some paths for this guy because his utility is super light, man. Like he is so light in the utility. He just has the stun lock and like the poison immunity, and that is like pretty much it. Like I guess when he's awakened, he's unstoppable as well, but that's like very vague utility, I feel like. But the plan here is to just like stun lock her with the SP1 once we like get our Gamma Rage going. Like the stun look is pretty nice. It lasts like 8 seconds and it like can keep going further. And right there we hit a massive SP2 crit, so that's just awesome, right? Like the SP2, when it crits, is super nice, but even if it doesn't crit, it still does a lot of damage output, so it's fine, right? Like it's fine if it doesn't crit. I wouldn't say Hulk is crit reliant because of the trauma debuffs, but like it is very nice to have. But yeah, like right here, we just like finish her off in a very fast amount of time. So yeah, that was just a pretty good fight overall, I feel like. And now we have this Jubilee with the same exact nodes. And it's Kinetic Transference, so it's just like not the biggest deal out there. I couldn't use Hulk for like any super like niche nodes because he doesn't really fill any niches, right? He is just poison immune, and he just has a stun debuff. That is like literally it for this guy. He has access to a lot of debuffs, I guess, which can be nice, but like besides that, there really isn't much going on for this guy. So yeah, it's just like a bit unfortunate that he is a very lacking champion utility wise, but the damage output definitely makes up for it, I feel like. Well, I don't know if it makes up for it, but like it's still a very nice thing to have. But yeah, that SP2 crit was also pretty nice. I swear, I did not like redo this fight to get the crit. Like I don't care about getting crit or not because the crit, it's like not even important for Hulk, I feel like. He still does a lot of damage regardless of the crit or not. So yeah, it's just like completely fine if you don't crit on the SP2. But yeah, that fight was also pretty quick as well, so that's pretty nice. Now we have this Man Thing, which will just wrap up the video. Man Thing, of course, is a pretty annoying character because of like his critical damage reduction, but like Hulk doesn't really care about that, right? Because he has his physical vulnerabilities and he has his trauma debuffs to help like mitigate it pretty much. So yeah, we're gonna go for the SP3 rotation here, and the fight so far is going pretty nice. We haven't gotten that many Fury buffs though, which is kind of unfortunate, but I think it's just better for us overall because like the less Fury buffs, the more uptime we'll have on the physical vulnerability on the SP3. So yeah, I think that's like honestly better for us at this like in this matchup, but like in shorter matchups, it's definitely not a good thing to get like the bad Fury RNG. And I just don't like how he's like RNG reliant. That's just like really annoying. I wish there was like ways to get Fury buffs guaranteed, but like there is no way, unfortunately. So yeah, that's a bit annoying, but like besides that, this guy's just a ton of fun to play. And yeah, we go for the SP3 here prematurely, and it will activate Gamma Rage and give us physical vulnerability. So yeah, it'll just be a perfect SP3 pretty much. Now we're starting to hit a lot harder than before. Like the damage output is looking pretty good now. Like the crits don't even matter because of Man Thing's like base abilities, right? So we're just hitting for as much damage as we can. It is looking pretty nice, man. Like Hulk is a monster up to the SP3. Even in like regular matchups, like with just the SP2, he still hits pretty hard, but like the SP3 is just so much fun to fire off. Now we go for the SP2, and it's just like a lot of damage output there, and that wraps up this fight in a pretty clean way overall. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on the Hulk buff. For me, I think it's a pretty like good buff in general. I feel like he's very like strong in the damage department now, but like the utility of course is lacking for sure. But besides that, it's a pretty fun buff. It's a pretty like useful buff. He's much better than before. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on the Hulk buff, and that's about it for me.